here. I am very excited to finally be making this video. It has been a long time coming. I hope that this information is helpful or interesting to people, especially those of you who are just getting started on YouTube like myself. But if it is your first time here, welcome. My name is Holly. I started this channel because I moved into my Mazda 5 and basically went on a 6-month road trip all over the US and Canada. So I made this channel to document my trip and everything in between. I try and live my life to the fullest, really trying to learn how to be the best version of myself and always making every day the best possible day you can. So I'm gonna basically just tell you guys about my personal experience with starting on YouTube, as well as how much money I've made within the first year. So let's get started. I posted my first video on August 24th, 2016, so just a little over a year ago. It is hard to watch at this point because it's pretty bad. My first few months were very inactive. I made some travel videos, and then that December I did Vlogmas. I didn't start taking YouTube super seriously until around February. So that gives you a little bit of context. I think a lot of people who start on YouTube do start slow. I think it's really important to take that time to get used to it and learn how to edit and get comfortable talking to the camera, etc., etc. So between that first video on August 24th, 2016 and the end of January, I made a total of $2.42. At some point towards the beginning of me creating my channel, I had made an account with Google Adsense. For those of you who don't know, I encourage you to look up some other videos about Adsense. I'm not going to go into a ton of detail about it, but basically it is the service that matches advertisements onto your videos, which then allows you to make some money. So technically I had that $2.42 floating around on my AdSense account, but you need a minimum of $100 to cash that out. Then in February, I posted a video called Broke Girl Saves $16,000 in 18 months. Is that my computer? Your love is my love. In hindsight, I hate that video so much. Granted, it has brought me a lot of good fortune. It has brought me money, a lot of subscribers, a lot of views. I'm glad I made the video, but I really want to redo it because it's just not well made. It is not articulated well. I think it's very good information and I really enjoy the points that I made in that video, but I'm gonna redo it. Honestly, I'm gonna redo it. I posted that at the beginning of February of 2017 and it became a suggested video attached to a lot of other videos. So what that means is at the end of, someone else's video, mine would pop up like, oh, if you like this video, you should watch this video. And that brought in so many views, and it really just blew up overnight. It's the closest thing I have to a viral video. I get a lot of hate for it and I get a lot of love for it. So, I mean, if you have watched the video, thank you for watching. And if you haven't, just stay tuned. I'm gonna redo it anyway. But that was posted at the beginning of February, and that's really when things started to take off. So in the month of February, from that 1 or 2 videos, in total, I made $8.13. Considering the first 5 months I made about $3, and then to all of a sudden make $8, I was really excited about that. And then come March, I got a letter in the mail from Google. It basically was a letter that invited me to put in my bank account information so that I was officially on the Google AdSense payroll. So that happened right around March, but I still had not reached that $100 threshold that you needed to reach in order to get paid. And then in the month of March, I made an additional $15.12. So on my $100 threshold, I had made about a quarter of the way to getting paid. If you haven't caught on by now, the money you make off of ads is very small. The month of April was also a big month for me because that was the month that I started traveling. I moved into my car full time and drove south. In the month of April, I made $36.89. I was really, really excited to see this growth that was happening, but again, still hadn't been paid. And during the month of April, I had a lot of trouble finalizing my payroll information on Google Adsense. Basically, when I had signed up, they did not require my legal name, so I used my YouTube name. And then I realized that suddenly I needed this to be my legal name. I basically needed a green light from the IRS, and I was getting flagged. So I actually went through a ton of hassle, and I'm telling you guys, this was not my fault. And from poking around online, I realized that this is something that so many people ran into because they were using, say, their YouTube name instead of the name that would be used on, say, your taxes. It was just a big fiasco. Things kept needing to be approved, and then the IRS was rejecting it or something, and then like Google was having errors, and the whole experience was not only very frustrating, it just kind of made the whole YouTube system look really bad. But finally, after over a month of trying to get myself signed up on this website properly and being registered legally, finally in May, I made an additional $51.21, which brought me over my $100 threshold. So I got my first paycheck from Google in May of 2017 for $113.77. This was a very exciting moment for me. 9 months into making YouTube videos, I finally got paid. Woo! In the month of June, I made $285. In the month of July, I made $306. And finally, the last month of August, right around that 1 year point, I made $425. So all in all, in my first year on YouTube, I made $1,130. Not too shabby, right? That is what I've made. Just to break that down for you a little bit, in my first year on YouTube, I made about 130 videos, and I gained 4,445 subscribers, with a total of 323,926 views. It basically breaks down to about $8 per video and about 0.0034 cents per view. Ultimately, again, I don't want to go into a lot of detail on Adsense because I'm not the expert, and there are tons of videos out there that you can learn about that. So if you are trying to get started on YouTube, knock your socks off, go do some research. But it has to do with people's interaction with the advertisements, whether it's watching a full advertisement or clicking on an advertisement. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that is where the money comes from. And I guess something else to keep in mind is the amount of time I spend on my videos. Regardless of the amount of time I spend actually filming a video, I spend anywhere from 3 to 6 hours on average editing, at least within my first year, because I have gotten faster. Just for the sake of this video, I'm gonna say each video takes me on average 4.5 hours to edit and upload. So multiplying that with the 130 videos I made within my first year, that is about 585 hours of labor, meaning I got paid roughly $2 an hour to edit all of those videos. Again, that's a little bit of a stretch with the numbers and how I came up with that, but I think it helps put things into perspective for starting on YouTube. Obviously, this is not a living wage. I'm still pretty proud of myself for what I've accomplished within my first year on YouTube. Just to mention, I've also used Patreon and PayPal as well. At one point, I had 11 patrons on patreon.com. If any of you guys are watching right now, thank you so much for your support. Unfortunately, lost 4 patrons since returning home, but I totally understand that people were supporting me on my trip, and now my trip is over. So I get that. I am experiencing that, and that's okay. It was still very appreciated and very helpful to me at the time. So patreon.com is a great platform for new YouTubers, and it allows viewers who appreciate your work to basically say thank you with a small donation on a monthly basis. And then I also recently signed up for a PayPal account where people can provide a one-time donation, which I have had a few donations from that, which were also very much appreciated. Those have been my methods of making money with YouTube. I think the next step for me will be to reach out to companies and hopefully find sponsorship. I think it would be an amazing next step and something to work towards for myself personally. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video or found it useful in any way, please give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe. Hit that bell button to get notified every time I post a new video. I've got a lot of other helpful information coming your way, how I saved up my money, how much money I actually spent on my 6-month road trip, and I've got more adventures coming up in the near future as well. Not ready to announce anything yet, but I look forward to sharing that with everyone who is interested. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you very, very soon with another video. I love ya.